What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today for you, we've got a bag from Bering Sea Paydirt. Comes to us via way of Prospector's Dream. We're going to check that out and find out what it's all about. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Shed in the back, old dreams in the dark. Dig Daddy's out there with a fire in his heart. Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Hand in the water, fingers in the mud. Buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade. Hustling through the silence, riches to be made. Dig Daddy digging deep into the vein.
All right, welcome back. So, like I said, we got some pay dirt from Bering Sea Paydirt, Emily Rydell and crew, and we're going to check it out. Now, I received a notification from Prospector's Dream that they were about almost out of these, so if you want to pick one up, you better go check it out, is what I thought. And so here we are. So now we have a bag, and we're going to check it out here today. Now, this bag cost me $50 plus some shipping. I think shipping was about $9, flat rate kind of price. It did ship to me in a big cardboard box, very well protected. In the box, we have our bag, which is in another bag. So, very well protected. I'm not worried about this having ripped open and spilled all over the place. If it did, it would still have been caught, and the box itself was pretty well sealed too. So, in the package, we got a little flyer here. Bering Sea Gold Mining. A little sticker, little bitty Bering Sea Gold sticker. You want to focus on that there? There we go. Little Bering Sea Gold sticker. Let's see what else is hiding in this book. Nothing else is in the book except a story, mostly about mining in Nome, Alaska. As you're aware, Emily is from the show Bering Sea Gold, so there's a lot of information about her and how they use Dream Mat. And so this dirt is a little bit of a collaboration between Prospector's Dream and the Bering Sea Gold Paydirt folks. And this is what we got out of it. $50. We got ourselves a little itty bitty bag of dirt. Looks like mostly all heavies. No big rocks in there. I can feel a couple itty bitty pebbles, tiny, but this should be pretty easy to go through. Not expecting a whole lot of challenge there. Now you can only get these from Prospector's Dream. They don't sell these on their main website, Bering Sea Gold. So if you do want to pick one up, I'll leave a link to the item on Prospector's Dream. And let's take a look at the description. I'll go ahead and put that up for you. Authentic Bering Sea Paydirt, real ocean floor gold by Bering Sea Paydirt. Prospector's Dream is proud to partner with Bering Sea Paydirt to bring you genuine Alaskan gold, hand recovered from the ocean floor by the courageous captains and dedicated crew of the famous Bering Sea Gold mining fleet. We are thrilled to offer this exclusive product, enhancing your gold prospecting experience along with our Dream Mat products. Each bag of authentic Bering Sea Paydirt offers an unmatched treasure hunting experience, allowing you to pan real gold harvested from one of Earth's most challenging and rewarding mining environments. The gold found in every bag represents a remarkable journey recovered from the bottom of the Bering Sea at tremendous personal risk, making each discovery truly special. Okay, it goes on to give a little bit more history about the crew and so forth. I'll let you guys check that out and read on. The meat of it here is $50. Got us a little bag of dirt. And today we're going to check it out. Now, it doesn't really tell me how much is in here that I can see here in the description, so I'm a little bit surprised of how small the bag is. I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger, but overall, what we're expecting is hopefully some nice gold. Now, $50. You know, I don't think I've seen anywhere here where it tells me how much gold we're going to get. So this is going to be a little bit of a surprise. I guess we'll find out. I'm not going to read any of the reviews down below because this is my experience, not theirs. So, let's check things out. We'll rip this bag open. I don't think we're going to classify because, I mean, it's so little amount of dirt. But, all right. Let's check it out. Come on. All right. We're back. I got a pan. We got some pay dirt. So, what can we do? Rip her open. Ooh. And pour it out. Bag kind of wanted to rip all wild. But there we go. There's our pay dirt. It's not a huge amount, you know. Really just like one pan's worth. A little bit of something you'd find at the bottom of the river. So there you go. All right. So let's take a quick swing at this, see what kind of magnetics are in here. Looks like a decent amount. There you go. So not overly done there, but definitely enough magnetics that you're going to have a little bit of a challenge. If you got a nice magnet like this, you can get those out of the way before you even get started. Just that easy. Challenge completed. But we're going to go ahead and run them down the sluice, and we'll get them out at the end. For now, let's get this dirt wet and fire up the sluice. All right, so got a little bit of frog piss squirted in here. Gonna throw a little bit of water to wet things up. Trying to minimize how much floaty gold that we get going down the sluice. With the way the sluice is set up these days, I'm not really too worried about floaty gold because I'm going to flap any down here anyways, but like to take precaution. Always gotta protect that gold. But here we go. Let's fire up the sluice and fire up some tunes. Yeah, there we go. And we'll be right back when we've got that gold.
Hands bleed, salt cuts deep. Digging treasure from the ocean's keep. Barren winds, how they scream so loud. Risk is the anthem sung to the proud. Surf crawler, golden grit in the silted water. Chasing the dream under stormy skies.
All right, got that gold dirt all ran. I did definitely see some gold in there, so I'm excited to pull this up and see what we got. The bubbles building up. All right, let's turn this off. Let's go take a quick look. All right. So we're definitely seeing some gold in there. Little flaky flakes here and there. Not a huge amount. but definitely am seeing some gold. So let's get it all cleaned up, find out what all we actually found. We'll be right back.
Crawler, surf crawler, living or dying by the tides of rise. Black waves crash in the dead of night. Fingers frozen, holding on tight. Sea whisper secrets buried below. But the cold doesn't care, it just wants your soul. How far can you go before the ocean swallows you whole? Surf crawler, golden grid in the silted water, chasing the dream under stormy skies. Surf crawler, living or dying by the tides of rise. Heavy chains and aching bones. Every breath feels like a stone. The ocean floor, a graveyard's call, but the gold keeps you digging through it
All right, we are back and we got that gold. Let's zoom in and take a peek. That's what we're working with. That's what we got. Not a huge amount, but definitely some cool stuff in there. As you can see, we got some nice, decent sized flakes, and then some little itty bitty flowers, some micro fly poops that I had to chase a little bit. But overall, pretty good time getting it out of there. And yeah, so now all we got left is to suck it up, dry it out, and weigh it up. And let's get to it. All right, let's go. All right, we got this gold all dried up, it's cooled down, and we're ready to weigh it out. Bering Sea Paydirt, surf crawler Paydirt by way of Prospector's Dream. Let's see what we got. A little bit of fine gold still sitting in the corner there. Not really gonna move the scale at all, but just make sure we get everything in the little cup. And there you go, 0.22, or no, 0.288 of a gram of gold. Just a little bit over a quarter of a gram, 0.288. We'll lock that in right there. Put a little something right here for you to see clearly. But there you go. So we got that, a sticker, and a little piece of tumbled garnet. All right. We'll be right back with my final words and ROI right after these photos of this gold so you can get up close and personal. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So, I hope you enjoyed those photos. Got to see that gold up close. So yeah, let's talk about it. Surf Crawler Paydirt from collaboration from Prospector's Dream and Bering Sea Paydirt, Rydell and crew. The dirt, we'll talk about the dirt like we usually do first. The dirt was all what looked like river sands, maybe beach sands. If they're, I don't know the beaches up there, maybe they're really, really pebbly and rocky. But it looked like your basic river-ish pay dirt, well worked by nature material. No jagged rocks or anything like that. Everything was pretty smooth. So not a lot to really report there. Not a lot of garnets. There was some heavies in there, some magnetics. So I hope you have your magnet handy so that you can zip those up out of there. If not, pick yourself up one on the Prospector shop. But overall, those were easy enough to get out of the way. There wasn't a lot of material, maybe 5 or 6 ounces. It didn't say in the description, and it doesn't say on the bag. But I'd guess, maybe a little less than a half a pound. So not a lot to work with there. Pretty quick to go through if you're going to pan it out. Pretty quick to go through if you're going to sluice it out. I wouldn't even bother sluicing it out. I just like to make sure I get everything so I can report ROI properly. But if I were to get another bag and do it just for fun, I would probably just pan it out a little bit at a time, or all at once, knowing what it's like. But something like this, take your time, get as much enjoyment out of it as you can. It would really be a good little pay dirt for. Well, I'll get to my summary in a minute. The dirt, all pretty easy to go through. Not a lot of it. No big pieces. All little sand and pebbles. So there you go. Let's talk about some gold. The gold itself was a nice little mix of small flakes to very small, almost like fly poop. Not quite flour gold, but small pieces. Not too much of that, but most of the gold was in mediums to small flakes. I'd say maybe in that 20 to 10 mesh range. Maybe a few a little bit smaller and in between. But overall, pretty easy to get. Not a lot of chasing it. Most of the small finer gold just fell into place and was there when I was ready to snuff for everything up. So that was easy. Really easy. But gold's gold, and I always like gold. But let's look at some numbers here, because I know that's what you guys want to see. So I'll go ahead and put those up. I paid $50 for the bag. There was some shipping on. There was some shipping on there of about $9, but $50 for the bag. We found 0.288 of a gram of gold, so a little bit over a quarter gram, and that's going to have a today value of $30.90. And so that's going to give this bag here an ROI of 61%. All right, so 61%, kind of a lower end on the ROI. If you factor in shipping an extra $9, that's pushing it down even further. I think at that point we're below 50%. So the bag by itself, not really a great investment per se. But there was definitely a nice little amount of gold in there, about a quarter gram, a little bit over. If I had known that going in, it would have been nice. And I think it'd be good for, their website to sell their gold, their pay dirt that way. Just so that you know how much you're getting, and then you can use that as a measure for setting up your gear to test it out. But that's something they got to figure out. Overall, this little bag, at 61%, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's really on the lower end. And I don't know if the whole novelty of buying dirt from somebody I saw on TV is really that big of a deal to me. Some people may get all excited about stuff like that, but not so much for me. I'm really just after the pay dirt and the experience of it. But overall, I had a good time going through the dirt. I just kind of wish I knew what I was getting into beforehand, so there was no disappointment, and my expectations could have been set to begin with. But overall, if you're buying some gear off of their website, maybe throw this in as a some pay dirt to go through and just test out your gear that you're getting. But if you're looking for pay dirt, I would probably go to one of the more seasoned pay dirt sellers who have more of a process around it and can offer you a little bit more. But like I say, if you're already on the site, press and buy, maybe throw some dirt in there to test out your gear, and you're doing all right. It won't affect your shipping as much, so that's a win. And at the end of the day, there definitely was gold in here, so I can't complain there. It just wasn't as much as I would like to see. But, you know, that is what it is. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're somewhere in the middle. This, I think, is somewhere on the lower end of the middle. But overall, I would probably skip it next time, but you're definitely welcome to go check it out. I'll leave a link down below for you. You can go click on it, buy some gear, if you don't already have a Dream Mat, get yourself one, slap it in your sluice, and be happy for having done it. And to test it out, get some pay dirt. I don't know, go check it out, but I'll leave a link down below so you can do that. Otherwise, go check me out, backyardprospecting.com. Go check out my prospector shop. I sell gear and pay dirt and other little stuff there as well, so go check that out. If you want to pick yourself up some merch, stuff with Backyard Prospecting logo on it, or like the Mooch merch or the Gold Digger, you can do that in the swag shop. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, a panning apron, a desk mat, pretty much anything. If you don't see something you want, let me know and I'll see if I can add it for you. But overall, you know, just go check it out and see if there's something there you want to pick up and do it. Yeah. That's all I got for you this week, folks. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up. If you're new here and you're not a subscriber, hit that too. That way you don't miss any of my future content and all that stuff. And welcome. And I hope you enjoyed the video here as well. Other than that, I just want to thank you all again. And this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace. Oh, what are you still doing here? You want more? Click on the link for the pay dirt videos or the gear review. Subscribe if you haven't already done that. Go home.